It's Joe from Uncivil Revolt, sitting here with the beautiful rocking Kobra Paige. We are in Silver Spring, just right outside of DC tonight. She's performing with Camelot instead of Kobra and the Lotus.
All K's. Still in the K zone, though.
Yeah, last time you talked to Amanda, it was a phone interview. It was right after the Girls tour, and you had just filmed the video for the cover for Black Velvet.
Right.
And, how did the guest vocalist for Camelot all come to be about right now?
Well, we just got off a tour with them in Europe, and Thomas asked me kind of midway through the tour, would you think about singing with us? And I said, of course I would. That's not even a question. So I tested out a few songs on their last couple shows, and it was great. So now I'm here, and it's been awesome so far.
That's great.
It's been so much fun.
The last interview, you were battling, she talked to you as battling Lyme disease. How is your health right now, with all the touring and everything that's been going on?
I still have Lyme, and it's going to take a significant effort to go and actually treat it hardcore for a couple weeks, I think, and I haven't had those weeks yet. But in the meantime, I get sick really easily. I catch things but I'm doing really well.
That's good.
And I eat really well, and I take good care of myself, and that makes a huge difference. Like, I feel awesome right now.
That's great.
Yeah. So as long as you're just not being reckless, you can manage. Yeah.
That's great to hear. I mean, that's a lot of people suffer with that in silence.
Yeah, or they don't know what it is,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. With us following you, as fans and everything, we hear there's a double album in the works.
There is a double album, Prevail. That's our fourth album.
That'll be the fourth in a studio album.
That will be our fourth studio album. Yep.
Can you throw us out any hints of any song titles or anything like that, or maybe a first video that might be coming to us?
No, it's too soon for that. But I'm really excited about it. This is a pretty ambitious project, I think, to take on. But it's going to be great. We're going to do it in Denmark. And we're going to also do a lot of writing there. We're going to try out some of the way the people did it in the 70s when the magic happened. We're going to do some jamming. We're going to do things that are going to push us out of our comfort zone a little bit. But I think there's going to be some amazing stuff that comes out of it.
Not a lot of, you're going to try to nail it on the first shot like the old guys did, huh?
Hey, you know what? They were doing that. It's insane. They had one shot. They couldn't screw up. Everything's on tape. I mean, listen to Rush, for God's sakes. How?
Yeah.
But that's just a sign of true musicianship, and also what a lot of people are capable of, but maybe we just don't do it anymore. It's like having a calculator for math, You don't have to use your brain that way. Yeah. So I'm very excited.
So we were just talking about the influences and everything like that, with the guys back in the 70s. Do you get a lot of influence from the 70s music or heavier music from back then, or what do you like to listen to?
Oh man, I listen to so much different stuff now. But I really, really enjoy things like Led Zeppelin and Fleetwood Mac and Pink Floyd. I still love that kind of classic rock music. And that was the first stuff that I ever got into. Queen, those guys. So, of course, that's going to be a vein for probably the rest of my life. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of music always sticks with you too. It does. For some reason.
It's moody, like it's like the simple notes in Pink Floyd and their solos, but they just mean so much and they sound so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the album, you're working in Denmark, you said. When are you going to start all that work?
February 22nd is our first date.
Oh, so
yeah.
Coming up soon then.
It is coming up very soon. Yeah, it's crazy.
Any guests going to be on it? Anybody that you wanted to work with maybe on there?
We really do want to work with some people. We're still working on it. I don't know if we'll be able to get them. It's someone that no one would expect.
And you won't let out the secret to me.
No, because I think it'll jinx it.
Oh.
They need it to happen, you know, and
Yeah.
it's going to be hard to connect to that person, but we're going to try.
Hey, that's all we can do, right?
Exactly. And I think sometimes artists can surprise you. Artists that are well known out there with a big reputation that you think would be unapproachable. Sometimes, if they're approached by a different project that maybe they have a passion in, but it's not the vein of music they do, they might be interested. So that's what I'm hoping for, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to use your pool, your womanly, just like all our wives and everything do.
Well, shit, it's a woman as well. So I don't know if that's gonna work.
Oh, okay. We did get that much out of it.
Or maybe it will work. I don't know.
We got a little bit.
That's not the way to do things.
Speaking of, being a woman in this industry, the metal, is there any obstacles that you've had to face, or is it just pretty much straight up, you just be yourself and do your thing, or?
Yeah, the most important thing is being yourself and being very authentic. And then, of course, it's just figuring out how to hone your craft. It's a constant learning experience for me. It's probably going to be never ending on how you can improve as a stage performer, how you can improve for the audience, and how you can, experience different parts of also your instrument. So there's endless stuff, I think. But being a woman, I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It does come with its challenges, certainly. I deal with some really bad shit sometimes, like just uncalled for, vulgar things in reviews that have to do with, this woman. Here's another one that slept her way through the industry.
Yeah.
Oh, so we had to sleep our way to get there. But for the most part, everyone's wonderful. Like all the people that support our band, all the thousands of people in the world that support anyone doing music, girl or guy, and they don't think anything. So the majority of people are awesome.
Yeah, it's all about the music and what you feel in here with it all, and yep.
Exactly. So.
What was it like to play shows with Gus G?
Oh, well, I've known G for a long, long time, so it was kind of fun to do a tour with him finally. Because we were talking about it for years. Let's do a Firewind, Kobra, and the Lotus tour, but we could never get it together. So it was kind of funny that we ended up sharing a bus out of nowhere. But it was really good. Funny guys.
Any stories?
Well, my guys pulled a prank on Joe on the last day, and they put sparkles and baby powder all over his skins. So when they walked out and they did their big, like, da-da, we're starting thing, it was like, it was so funny. Yeah.
Instead of a water drum, a dry.
Yeah, it was great. He was like covered in shit by the end of it. It was so funny. And Gus was losing it on stage, which was good that they were in good humor. But they didn't pull anything on us. I was expecting something and we didn't get anything.
Yet.
Yeah. Maybe it's down the road.
But you never know. They might just show up.
Joe's saving it for later. Yeah.
Well, we already talked about some of the crazy things. How is the new album going to be different from High Priestess?
They're always different. That's such a hard question to answer, actually. But they always are different. I think that they'll follow the same melodic vein, the same sonic sound, but of course the songs are going to sound nothing like the other songs. And that's something I've tried really hard to make sure every album of ours does, is not have songs that sound like song 6 sounds like song 3. And it's hard to do without, getting too far out there, but I don't really enjoy the redundancy of music that way, so it's just going to be another large set, I guess, this time, of different stories and hopefully different melodies. I mean, we're all given the 3 primary colors, and then it's like you all have to paint a different picture with it.
That's perfect.
That's how it is.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, it's a perfect saying. Since I know you've probably been writing and everything while you've been on tour, what else you been doing to keep yourself busy?
Well, we've been very busy. I haven't really been off the road for a long time since June. We were in the studio before that. So I had one gap in August, and I actually I stayed in Chicago, and I brought the guys back to the studio. We recorded a track. I don't know if you guys will hear it ever. You may, but we did something for fun in the studio, and we kind of played around with some stuff, and then they left, and I stayed, and I wrote a little more with Johnny K, and we just made some music, and then it was time to get prepared for Europe. So now I'm here. So it's kind of going to be like this until the very end. After this tour, I'm going to stay in Florida, and I'm going to write with my friend Jake Dreyer from White Wizard, because he lives in Florida, and then I'll go home for Christmas, and then it'll be me and Yasho, really going hard in the songs. He's been writing a lot too, so it'll be great.
Nice. With the recent events that happened in Europe.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel? Do you think the scene's going to bounce back from that, or is it they attack something sacred, rock and roll?
Yes.
And I know there's a lot of rock and roll fans that are fired up about it. Mm-hmm. And but just since it was so recent, I just want to maybe get your take on a little bit. You don't have to. No,
it's okay. I think it's tragic, and I think it's horrible. I'm just mystified by the fact that people can be that malevolent and brainwashed. It's complete. I don't want something to happen to me for saying it on an interview. It's just shocking, and it's very devastating, and also very scary because it just means no one's safe right now.
Yeah.
We were just in Paris playing with Camelot a month and a week ago or something. Just there. They've played that venue before. It's just insane. It could have been anyone.
Yeah, it hits close to home.
It does, and it really makes you think like, oh, you really got to seize the day.
Yeah.
Things like that, they shake you up.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't directly involved with knowing someone there, it's
it's sad on all accounts. But,
yeah.
Let's get back on a happier subject. I'm sorry.
Good.
I just wanted to kind of get your your take, because you're the first musician I've talked to since, except for seeing everything on the internet.
Of course, which is just that's everything. Every channel is that, and it's just so depressing.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about touring? Now that you've been Europe, you're back here in the States.
The people. I love the people I tour with. I love my band, and I love Camelot, and I have so much fun just being around these people and having an experience with them every day. Like I've always been a person that really enjoyed team things. I did a lot of athletics, and I just loved being on a team, and that's why I don't sing by myself either. I love being part of a band. It's just part of who I am. So that's I think my favorite thing is doing something as a group every day, and you accomplish something.
That family part of it, though, also,
yeah.
You get to wake up and look at each other in the morning and things like that.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes no one wants to look at each other, but for the most part, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just wrap it up with, anything you want to say to your fans, or,
I always want to say something to our fans. I want to say thank you so much. I can never thank you guys enough. You know this. I'm so grateful. And I really hope to see all of you very soon. And go to www.pledgemusic.com/project/Kobra and the Lotus. Take a look at the stuff we have, and maybe consider pre-ordering Prevail, and we can all make this record together. All right.
Right on. It's Joe, Kobra Paige right here.
Yeah.
We'll see you out there.
Hell yeah.